Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I know, right, because it's almost Christmas,
yes,
huh?
and because you give me my presents today.
Yeah, of course.
Come on, let's
go.
go.
I will. Jazz, could you just quickly grab a nice bottle of perfume? Thank you. Good one. Gift wrap it. Today on the House of Wellness, we sit down with TV royalty. That's right, one of Australia's most loved personalities, Kerri-Anne Kennerley, will be joining us.
We have a Christmas pud with a twist that is delish. I cannot wait for this one.
I'll be sharing 12 tips for a happier, less stressful Christmas.
And we'll show you how to enjoy the festive season the healthy way.
Stay with us for a show packed with advice, inspiration, motivation and nutrition. We're turning on the Christmas vibe just for you.
Let's all get well, stay well, live well and look fabulous right here in the House of Wellness. She saw that. We're okay. Hello, everybody. We are definitely in the midst of this Christmas madness here at our festive House of Wellness, and we're so glad you could join us for the ride. You too, my little spectacular bauble.
I love Christmas. Isn't it exciting? But you know what is more exciting? Wait for it. Kerri-Anne Kennerley is joining us later in the show. She's a legend.
Oh, she is amazing. She is healthy. She's a beautiful spokesperson and a strong woman. I really would like to know her tips.
Me too.
You know the secrets, don't you?
Look, Kerri-Anne will be a wonderful chat, so that's fantastic. It'll be interesting to see what she's doing for Christmas too. Getting the family around is my bent for Christmas. What about you, Bianca?
Oh, I've had such a busy year. I can't wait just to go down the beach and spend time with my family.
yeah.
Well, you're busy. Well, you're busy. You're a renovator's delight, aren't you? Jo, you're going to lead us off today too.
Yes, now as you might have worked out, it's Christmas time, but what should be a holiday filled with relaxation and resetting the body for the year ahead, it always ends up a physical disaster because there's too much food and too much grog and too much sun. There has to be a better way. Bye, see you. Thank God that's over. Every year I promise myself I'm not going to end up an exhausted mess, yet here I am again. I need a Christmas do-over. This year we're going to do things a little differently with more thought for mind, body and soul. So here's our guide to 12 ways of staying healthier, less stressed and happier this Christmas. Charlotte, what's the first step towards a stress-free Christmas?
Step one is preparation. It is knowing what you need to get done, knowing the amount of time you've got available to do it, and actually sticking to the plan you create to get those things done.
Don't aim to lose weight over the Christmas period, but aim to maintain your current weight. On average, we gain around 1 kilo over Christmas. It can be tough, but try to choose healthier options where possible. Research from the University of Melbourne found an increase of over 4% in the rate of heart attacks between Christmas and early January. So take it easy on your body. It's so easy to overindulge at this time of year, but if you do it with the right foods, your body is going to be so much happier for it. So why not enjoy some beautiful, fresh, seasonal foods? Cherries, berries, seafood, some lovely summer veggies. And I'm not suggesting that you lay off the pudding altogether, but why not offset it with a beautiful, fresh fruit salad? And the same goes for your drinking. Treat yourself to a little TLC, tender liver care. Just moderate what you drink and you're going to feel a whole lot better for it and you're going to have more energy.
Gratitude, I think, is something that helps all of us when we're able to take those moments to sort of reflect, to become more aware of what is good in our lives and what actually feels important to us and what we value. It's often about trying to reflect on the year that's been, you know, what has been the best day that you've had, what have been the best experiences that you've had, and what are you genuinely hopeful for and looking forward to for next year.
And try and find the fun of Christmas. Treat it like a kid's party. It's so easy to get caught up in the stresses of the season, whether it's emotional or financial. But just remember the joy and excitement you felt as a kid. Hello, Santa.
Hello, little girl. What's your name?
My name's Joanne, and
Have you taken the day off school, have you?
they wouldn't have me back at school, I don't think.
You know, when we're really busy and we're getting everything organised for Christmas, it's a moment to take stock and say, now hang on a sec, in terms of my priorities, how important is this for the actual day? You know, will my kids, will my family actually notice this extra mile that I'm going to? Am I really just putting unnecessary pressure on myself?
The act of giving, no matter how big or small, makes us feel good. In fact, it's scientifically proven to improve our own well-being. So why don't you take the opportunity to give a little back this Chrissy? And with 1 in 3 Australians needing blood in their lifetime, why don't you come in, lie back and give a little of your own?
Delegation is, I believe, a skill. In fact, it's a real strength if you can do it. And it can really ensure you having a much more enjoyable time and a much less stressed time if you are prepared to do it. And choose what you can genuinely give to somebody else to do, because we all actually do like contributing and helping.
And finally, get back on the horse. Chances are we'll let ourselves go a little, but don't beat yourself up. Just ease yourself back into your exercise routine. Realistically, not everything is going to go to plan. But, you know, I always think if you keep your sense of humour, you can get through anything with a laugh. And if you follow these 12 steps, then you are well on your way to a less stressful, healthier, happier Christmas. Bye! Thank you, it was the best day. That's much better.
Phew!
I know.
So good.
12 easy ways to have a healthy, happy Christmas. But I think you only need one from my point of view, and that is just to slow down and really enjoy everything you're doing. And that way you don't get all head up, you don't lose your temper with people. Even, you know, in a car park waiting for a car at the shops. Just slow down a bit.
You should have made this a song, The 12 Ways of Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I do? I sneak in a little bit of exercise. Like, I don't mind being the furthest parked away. I don't mind taking the stairs, carrying presents, because we're all trying to cut corners so madly in this last week, and we know it's coming. If you kind of make peace with it, I'm not going to park nearby because there's another 10,000 people
jog.
there.
That's right.
I'll make
my shirt off.
Christmas cardio.
Well,
I can eat a bit more.
I park well away, Ed, so people can't open their car doors again.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Because he has
way
the
down
Rolls
end.
Royce. It's, you know, that's what happened here. Do you know what I like to do is avoid the chaos and the shops and all of the crowds. So I get my Christmas shopping done way in advance or shop online.
Are you one of those people that gets them done so
Because
early? I'm
I
so
just-
deeply jealous of you.
Flustered.
Do you start in October?
Oh, maybe June.
Oh, that is just annoying.
I do have a hint for chaps, though, and it's
yes.
taken a long time for me to actually finesse this.
Yeah.
Phillips says to me, Christmas just happens for you.
Well, this is
I
true.
believe it.
I love it, I love it.
I've seen
All right.
that happen.
It's going to be a very Christmassy show. Hope you can stick with us. We'll be back right after this break here on the House of Wellness. Later, we'll look at beating Christmas stress and unwrapping the festive fun.
Next, we meet a hairdresser who's on a mission to change people's lives.
Are you happy to see me, Lawrence? Say it.
Always happy to see you, Zita.
Stay with us as we continue the festive fun back here on the House of Wellness. Welcome back. Now, before we go any further, I want to rewind to 2 weeks ago on the show when something very serious happened in the middle of the story about skin cancer, Ed. It is summertime at the moment, so I want everyone to listen up. You were having your skin checked and something serious happened. We found a potential skin cancer.
Yeah, skin cancer specialist Dr. Mike Schnuder was checking my skin with his high-res camera. We found one spot that he thought was possibly a basal cell carcinoma. He said, I needed to get that checked straight away.
Yes.
So I followed through on his recommendation. A couple of days later, he found an extra spot
Did he?
that he thought could possibly be a melanoma. So there he's cutting both of those things out of me. Raced off to be biopsied at the lab. We got the results back. only yesterday, and it was all clear, which is a bit of a relief. I tell you,
goodness.
it's so quick and easy to get your skin checked out.
Absolutely, everyone must
And
go
efficient.
and do this
You have
every
the
year.
tech to do it. Then you get the peace of mind after decades of being battered by a harsh Aussie sun that nothing is wrong. Or maybe they find something and they can take action straight after.
Exactly.
So, phew. I'm
Well
here
done.
to see out Christmas with you guys.
Well done. A very serious message, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
well done. And how dramatic that and there was no setup in that. That was a ridgy-dig segment.
It was. And you did not know.
No, and when I did the story, I went and got my skin check straight away. But as a man, would you have put the time and effort in if we didn't do it on set?
Yeah.
Do you know what? He was asking me when I last got it checked. It was 8 years ago.
No.
Edward.
And I say each summer I'm going to do it, and I didn't. So, there you go.
I've got a little hint as well from a scalp perspective, because often melanomas appear in spots that usually don't see the sun. Have your hairdresser, when you go and get a haircut, just say to your hairdresser, if there's any spots there, can you just let me know?
Yeah, good one.
Really good.
Thanks for your concerns. Appreciate that. That's enough about me for now, but let's talk about someone who really does deserve our attention.
Yes, our house hero this week started her working life as a hairdresser, but found her other love, helping people. Inevitably, it crept into her day job. Where she took those two passions is absolutely remarkable.
When people allow you to touch their hair, they automatically allowing you to get very close to them, and they're happy to share their personal life experiences. So I thought maybe I can do that for homeless people. Christmas is a very tricky time of the year. People all talking about family getting together, I'm going here, traveling there, but people in the street, they don't have anybody.
My best wishes for Xmas in 2019, and enjoy the better days to come. Cheers, Bree. Wow. Awesome.
It's a nice card.
Don't just hit the spot. Don't definitely just hit the spot.
Are you happy to see me, Lawrence? Say it.
Always happy to see you, Zita.
I'm happy to see you too. So it's almost 2 years I've been going out and helping homeless people, and it's been an amazing experience just seeing the transformation. As soon as I cut the hair, the face expression change. They stand up taller. They have a smile in their face. That tension goes away. It's just amazing. Just from this little hair salon, we've been making a huge difference. And I encourage people to get up, get out of your box and go and do it, because it feels amazing to bring a smile in someone else's face. Merry Christmas. That's all you got.
Gosh, Azita's amazing, isn't she?
Absolutely.
And the help she gives the homeless is just invaluable. Good on her.
Yes, well done. That generosity is true Christmas spirit. Although you could be forgiven for thinking stress can be Christmas spirit. You know, everyone seems a little stressed towards that time of year.
Quite right. It doesn't need to be that way. And social scientist Dr. Ali Walker is here to help us de-stress. Hi, Ali.
Hi.
Should we not be overcome with feelings of happiness? Where's this stress coming from?
Look, the end of the year is the trifecta of stress, isn't it? Time, energy and money. But also there's that other extreme of loneliness for some people who aren't involved in the end of the year celebrations.
And I think that's really important to touch on, because that can bring up loss, grief, you know, loneliness, as you said.
Major triggers, aren't they?
Yeah, what can we do about those things?
Well, in the words of the great Australian icon John Farnham, take the pressure down. So if we think about Christmas, it's beautiful for children that it's so magical, but someone saying to us this is the most wonderful, magical time of the year, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And so I think there's that real ideal, there's the fantasy that we need to unpack, because maybe we need to manage our expectations a little bit. Every single day of the end of the year is not going to be magical, and if we manage those expectations and bring those expectations a little bit more aligned with the rest of the year, I think we can start to relax.
I mean, he also sung Sadie the cleaning lady, but
It doesn't have the
all
same
work in
ring,
psychology.
does it?
But how do we get this record, whether it's Farnsey or these nagging thoughts of loneliness or stress, out of our head?
Yeah, so it's really interesting. We live in our heads, don't we? And Christmas stress, people say, do the wrapping a little bit earlier. No, it's about getting our head right.
Yes.
And so there's a coaching exercise where you can actually monitor your thoughts for 1 minute, and whether you write them down in a journal or record them on your phone and actually just reflect on, are they positive or are they negative?
Wow.
And that's a sort of a snapshot of how your thoughts are. And I journal as well. This is something that I do regularly. I know it seems weird for a grown woman.
No, I think that's healthy.
Every night, so I'm there with my just any extra thoughts. It's almost like cleaning your teeth, except it's getting out your thoughts.
And it could be quite confronting, though, at times, couldn't it? What you're actually saying or thinking. But I think it's better than being in your head, right? Releasing.
Definitely. Well, my attitude to human connection is don't bury your feelings, but don't dump your feelings. The whole idea is sharing.
So communicating, how do we do that well?
Please share now, not to pry into your journal, but what would you write, and remove names?
Trying to think of what I was... So something that was triggering me on the weekend, so that was on my mind, I would write about that.
What does that do for us?
So what's the trigger? So I'd write that down.
Okay.
Where is that in my body? And so then I try to get a sense of where that is in my body. What's it like from its point of view? Start to unpack it. Because the whole idea is when something is bothering us, it lodges itself somewhere in our mind or in our body, and we need to release it.
It's like Auntie Mary, when she said that to me, I felt it in my fist.
I do have an Auntie Mary.
No, it's not Auntie Mary. And then you actually release it by communicating. Yeah. But what about if I have an issue with somebody else? How do I communicate? Because Christmas, sometimes we're put into situations with family or with people that we're feeling a little stressed out about.
Yeah, so it's the art of the conversation. So it's also about understanding. So remember how I was saying, don't bury your feelings, but don't dump your feelings. So if you're in a situation where someone is making you feel uncomfortable and there's not that sharing in human connection, there's a sense of deflecting, like making those lovely comments and introducing someone else into the conversation and just having those great boundaries.
Is that healthy, though, to deflect? Or should you say, listen, Auntie Mary, when you did this, that's probably not the time, Christmas Day.
No.
Okay.
So it depends on whether you want to turn that into a situation for developing that relationship. So it's about actually protecting yourself as well. So if you're in a situation, it's probably more self-caring and self-loving.
I think we've seen why Christmas is only scheduled once a year.
Don't invite Auntie Mary.
Thank you, Dr. Ali. I mean, that should help make Christmas a little bit less stressful this year. Hope those handy tips were going to be able to be put to use. Stay with us. We've got plenty more to come here on the House of Wellness after the break. Later in the show, we sit down with TV royalty. She is coming down the corridor. Queen of daytime TV, Kerri-Anne Kennerley, is in our Christmas house.
But next, we're taking the tradition out of Christmas pud and adding a delicious twist. Stay with us. We're serving up the silly season on a plate back here on the House of Wellness.
This week, a decadent raw chocolate Christmas pudding that's not naughty, only nice. Very, very nice. And is packed with antioxidant-rich raw cacao. Start by making the cashew cream. Combine cashews, almond milk, maple syrup for sweetness, and a large pinch of cinnamon and vanilla extract. Mix until smooth, scoop into serving glasses and refrigerate. Now prepare the raw chocolate pudding. Combine walnuts and macadamias, figs, dates and cranberries. Then add some classic Christmas spices, ginger, nutmeg and cinnamon, along with organic cacao powder, which is a rich source of plant-based iron and a great cheat for chocolate. Lastly, add your coconut oil. Pulse until the mixture starts to bind. Top with fresh berries and mint, and you have the finished raw chocolate cacao pudding, the perfect festive treat.
Voila, here it is. Dig in, come on, try it. I want to know your opinion. This is my raw cacao Christmas pudding. It's not naughty at all. Very nice.
Very nice. Tell me.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I'll just
Yay! Okay, so that's your whole new spin on Christmas pudding, right? Because the festive season is beautiful at your place,
really
right?
Yummy. This is so yummy.
So, what do you do?
Keeps it nice and healthy for me. Christmas is all about trying to just keep healthy and exciting, and I don't want to feel guilty when I eat food.
Yeah. Okay, I don't want to be a Grinch, but put your
Okay.
Spoons down. We've got some questions to answer here.
Yes, our team hit the streets to see if we could help you out with some of your health concerns. So let's go first to Sue, who's standing by from Fitzroy in Melbourne.
My question to you guys is, what is the best advice to avoid bloating? Because you see, I got bloating all the time, so I really need to get rid of it. Thank you.
Yeah, good question. Our tummies work overtime this time of year, don't they?
Well, most of the time they work overtime, but especially when we're having food that's a little different and probably in quantities we aren't being used to.
Yeah.
So you looking at what happens during digestion. Look at some digestive enzymes. Eat more slowly. Be careful about what you eat. Don't drink too much liquid because that dilutes the enzymes. And there's probably, Zoe, foods that cause a problem that we should minimise.
Yeah, obviously your high allergen dense foods. So if you're someone who, you know, a little bit of dairy affects you and you start eating it in lots of different variations, avoid that.
Yeah.
But again, it's really those bitter foods, those lovely sort of alkalising foods. I always find that if you can just incorporate a little bit more citrus into your diet, apple cider vinegar, these types of foods, like Gerald said, they are the digestive enzymes and they're really, really simple.
Good tummy tips.
Excellent. Okay, now next we have met Carmela from Preston in Victoria.
I want to know, what is the best moisturiser to stop your skin from ageing so quickly?
Oh, don't we all?
Ageing. For some of us, a little more important than others, but it's a matter...
Speak for yourself.
I was. So ageing, we look at creams and moisturisers, cleansers that actually reinforce skin structure and just help keep things at a good level. I certainly prescribe the Aven range. It's medically formulated by a pharmacist, so it's got to be good. And omega-3s, Zoe?
Yeah, definitely your omega-3s. Remember, these are all helpful because they're fat-soluble vitamins. So when you look at all the big antioxidants like beta-carotene, so important for our skin. So it's eating these foods in abundance. Fish, avocado, olive oil, hemp seeds, nuts and seeds, perfect addition to our diet.
So you feed your skin.
Great options. Now we tackle the big issues, the big questions here on the show. We've got one from Kim in Melbourne.
Thank you for answering my question. I would like to know, am I more likely to get sick if I go to bed with wet hair or not?
I want to know that too. This is an old wives' tale.
That's a very big question, Ed, for someone with very short hair.
I want to know the answer.
Look, I think common sense says that you don't go to bed with wet hair. Now, whether that's as a consequence of that you might become a little nasally the next morning, I don't know. Maybe we could do a clinical trial on it.
Damp
Whoa.
pillows. OK. Great advice. Thanks to our panel of experts. If you'd like some more info on this series, indeed some of Zoe's incredible recipes, or to ask us a question, head to our website. It is simply houseofwellness.com.au 24/7. You can reach us there and see some of our episodes playback as well. Well, we all know we take the silly season rather seriously, don't we, guys? We're busy eating all this yummy food and drink that's put in our way, washing it down with a drink or two. So it means our old liver's getting a real workout.
Yeah.
Can we do anything to ease our liver?
We can, Ed, and I'm not pushing mine aside, as you'll see. There are some good foods that are liver-supporting foods. There are herbal remedies which traditionally go way back for supporting livers, and the one of choice is called milk thistle. It helps regenerate liver enzymes. It helps liver function really very efficiently because it's an important organ at any time, but at this time, very important.
We heard a little bit earlier that one of the girls had some issues with bloating. We all kind of do around the silly season. We eat naughty things and drink too much. Could this help?
Yes. Yes, it does, because it helps the digestive process. Simple. It's a very simple way.
By the way, how do we know our liver is not functioning properly or optimally?
Oh, lots of things. You can have headaches, you can have skin eruptions, you can have indigestion, you can become constipated. It just goes to show how important the liver is in all things digestion.
You know what else is fun? Pate.
Of course.
Someone else's liver. Yeah, OK. The A to Z of vitamins, brought to us by Healthy Care, a brand you can trust for outstanding value and high-quality vitamins. Choose Healthy Care today. Thanks to our expert, Gerald. Pleasure sticking around. Stay with us as well. We're going to have a bit more pudding and be back right after the break with bells on here at the House of Wellness. And yet we're beaming right across Australia on the 7 Network and the Prime Network. For inspiration, smiles, advice and good food, we've got the show packed with all of that plus more.
Coming up, it's been a big year at the House of Wellness, and next we take a look at what got your attention.
That and so much more here on the House of Wellness.
Hey guys, it's Elise Knowles here. Merry Christmas. May everyone have a beautiful holiday. Get merry, be safe, happy and healthy.
Hi everyone, I'm Laura Dundervik. Merry Christmas from the House of Wellness. Hello, it's Georgia Love. Just wishing you a very Merry Christmas to all of the Health and Wellness family. I hope you have a lovely time with lots of love, family, presents and food.
Loving the love from Georgia Love.
Nice.
I know. Welcome back, everyone. As 2018 comes to a close, we can look back on an absolutely packed year that has been the House of Wellness.
Yes, that's right. We have covered all the important topics in the health and wellness field.
And it's been a big eye-opener, hasn't it, filming all of these stories, and we hope that you and your families have learnt just as much as what we have.
Yes, it's been quite a ride. So here's a look back at 2018 on the House of Wellness.
It may almost be over, but 2018 has truly been a year that's inspired everyone here at the House of Wellness and taught us all that opening up to each other about our health and how to live well has never been easier or more important. We've experienced some classic moments this year.
I'm so confused because my head is going to explode.
Oh, it's not good.
But you can't go past this one.
Stanley weight stand, feeling unstoppable. Total certainty right now.
The effervescent Gianne Rooney proved that she's still an Olympian at heart when she showed us the power of mind over matter by literally walking on fire.
And I want you to see who you are on the other side. Make that decision right now. Breathe where you breathe now, and you could do anything you want in your life. Yes! 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 Go! Eyes up! Eyes up! Eyes up! Eyes up!
Stop! Wipe your feet! Celebrate! Cheery.
I really wasn't expecting to be emotional. It was a really powerful, overwhelming feeling. All of a sudden, I had a very real goal to get out of this. Well, if I'm going to do this process, let's get something out of it.
And every bit as brave was our Father's Day makeover hero, Brent Patterson. After a hard year of financial setbacks, his wife Melody wrote to us and asked to give her man his mojo back again.
The possibility of losing, our home, ourselves, it's taken me to some of the darkest places I've ever been in my life.
I hope to see a confident man again, and I want him to smile on the outside.
So Joe Stanley went straight to work on making over one very dedicated dad.
You look amazing. That's the one.
And his family's faces say it all. But no matter what kind of wellness we're talking about, we always found a way to have some fun. Like when our Joe Stanley interviewed one of her own teeth.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lorraine, my oldest tooth. Tooth, thanks for joining us. So nice to talk to you.
Oh, first premolar. Been with you since you were 6 years old. Yes, that's about the time that you discovered the evil grape juice. In fact, the cost of treating tooth decay in Australia is $5 billion a year. And do you know why?
Sugar! Are you okay?
Well, we could all drink more water.
Oh.
We could all drink more milk.
However, for all the fun we love to have with living well, you can't go past the moment we showed sugar addict Sandra Perkovic how much sugar she ate every year.
Oh my. Wow. That's disgusting.
And her sugar detox diaries were a cracker.
I want to stop craving sugar and I want to enjoy what I have. Yeah, I just want it all to be over, to be honest. I don't get to have dessert for the next 3 days. It's killing me. I need something. I can't do this anymore. I'm quit. I love what I had for lunch today. Can't believe I made it. My skin feels fantastic. I feel great. I feel so full of energy and I couldn't be happier with the results.
And in 2018, our house was an open house because we made some amazing friends this year.
It's Michael Bublé.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm deeply in love with you already, both of you.
I think we feel like Australians and Canadians are kind of similar.
Yeah. I am so comfortable here, and I think that there's this wonderful way and this great sense of humor and this sense of kindness and compassion where you're not afraid to be yourself.
Let's talk about how one does it all and still looks fabulous.
Exercise makes me happy. I enjoy exercise.
Yeah.
I feel better when I do it. I feel better when I'm eating better, but I also love chocolates. I stay happy by having the balance of a bit of everything in moderation is all right.
And of all the things we learned about ourselves and what's good for us in 2018, we thought we'd leave you with something important. Because according to Joe Stanley, and the Dalai Lama no less, the key to true happiness is very simple.
Compassion creates genuine good smile. So compassionate mind, very good for our health.
Right, so according to His Holiness, true happiness is more about overall peace of mind and the greater good than material pleasures. Some studies have shown that 10% of our enduring happiness is down to life circumstance, 50% is from genetics, which leaves roughly 40% of our happiness entirely within our control.
Now, what we know is there are so many evidence-based things that people can do to change the way that they feel, like what we eat, because food feeds your mood, how we move, because motion creates emotion, and how rest, sleep, for example, influences our well-being. Of all the exercises we've ever tested, to try and promote happiness, doing a kindness is the single most reliable measure.
Gosh, it has been a jam-packed year, hasn't it? And one of your teeth might disagree, but you've upped your health game.
Look, I have to say being a part of the House of Wellness family this year has been awesome for my family because it's opened up a conversation around the fact that we have choices as to where we want to direct our health and how we can be happier. And in our household, that has been around sugar, and my husband has lost 10 kilos.
Hey!
Truly, because he stopped eating refined sugars.
Let's get him on the show.
I know.
Oh, that's fantastic. What a dazzler.
Yeah, I know, Dollar Dazzler.
You know what I love? I love the message of connectedness and being of service and giving to others. I mean, it is a big Christmas thing, but we found in the stories throughout the year that giving to others and giving back in the House Heroes has been something for me that's been really touching.
Definitely. Definitely one of the stories I loved the most was about the Kundalini detox dancing because there's such physical joy in movement. And in our house, I get so much joy out of dancing with Emily, that she's 4 3/4, as she always says to me. But when you dance with them, you have that closeness, but it's just a freedom. And I think that kind of highlighted it to me. Yeah. Really good story, that one.
And for me, it was the one I did on positive body language and the messages that we're passing on to kids, how we talk about ourselves and, the words that we use, the language. And, I just learnt so much about we can really control what we say to others and how we make them feel about themselves.
Yes, it's so true. And you're beautiful. We're all beautiful.
And look, I think what I've learned is that we're so in health, we're so serious about health. And what we've shown everybody is that you can just back off a little bit and enjoy your health, enjoy your wellness, promote your happiness and push illness to one side because that can dominate you.
Yeah.
And I think we've got that message out there.
Do you know what I noticed, guys? When people ring with questions or health concerns, we don't say, take this pill. We say, let's talk to our medical herbalist. Let's talk to our nutritionist. Let's approach health from the inside with good food.
Holistically.
But there you go. Good on you, experts. We love you. Stick around with us. We've got loads more to come here on the House of Wellness Christmas edition, everybody. Coming up, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. Kerri-Anne Kennerley is here.
See you back here on the House of Wellness.
Welcome back. Well, not only is our next guest television royalty, but she is also one of our favourite visitors here on the House of Wellness.
She absolutely is. She first appeared on our screens as a 14-year-old. What? She's been a regular ever since.
So her CV is far too long to list here. I don't want to go through it all, but I can sum it up by saying that she's now in the Logies Hall of Fame.
Well,
of course, we are talking about Kerri-Anne Kennerley.
Your Majesty.
Good morning. It is so lovely to be back with you guys.
And your majestic
first
footwear.
things
oh,
first.
My Lord.
These old things.
They've stolen the show.
Really? It's not too much, is it?
No.
Come on, it is Christmas festivity.
I will say, Kerri-Anne, I've been looking for the perfect thing on top of my tree. I don't know, would it be wrong to put a pair of boots up there?
Just the one.
Yes,
Just the one would be fine.
I did see them and I've gone, I think they've got my name all over them.
Now, you are our Christmas Christmas regular. This time last year you were singing a wonderful carol for us.
Yes, and I must have been so good you didn't invite me back.
Oh, no.
Christmas is good for you. With my reluctant son, one of the choir members there from Redham House Choir, he still hasn't spoken to me for the rest of this year.
We did have fun,
Yeah, it was
didn't
good.
we?
That was good.
Oh, it was lovely. But yeah, thanks for the invitation again, to sing.
Same time next year.
Surely you do sing carols.
Look, I haven't. I try and keep my singing now to a bit of karaoke here and there at home.
Yeah.
There's too many great shows and great singers out there. So it was an old life.
Now, over the past 5 years, we've seen a very different side to you.
Yeah.
Christmas is such a special time for family. What do you do for Christmas?
Well, John and I and our family have Christmas at home. Because it's really hard to move him out. He's a quadriplegic, so trying to find somewhere else to go is fraught with a bit of difficulty. And it's nice just to hang at home.
Yep.
So it's really
You get rid of
nice.
the stress.
Yes.
You get to eat and
eat and sit back and relax. Luckily, I don't have to do much of the cooking.
Who
Really? Because I wondered. You have hosted cooking shows before there was such a thing as a cooking show.
Absolutely. I have completely ruined the careers of many a chef.
So does that mean you don't cook yourself?
Well, I've never had that much time. So, and as I'm sure a great experience it is for many people, it's not mine. I'm the sort of caterer and cook that if I'm doing smokes, I do great smoked salmon. And if I like you, I'll take the plastic bits out between.
You're my kind of girl.
Yeah.
So who does the cooking then?
Simon, who is our son John's son, who's helping look after him, he is a fantastic cook. So he's doing the turkey and, the ham
whole
and all that, the whole thing. So I'm pretty lucky.
You're on the dishes.
Yeah.
What?
I try and get that catered for us.
I do not want to imagine Kerri-Anne on the dishes. Come on, how glamorous is she?
Yeah.
So we have a day of indulgence. The other 364 days, we want your wellness tips because you are our Energizer Bunny, as we know.
Well, I got to say, I love life. We're into a really nice pattern, but there's no question that you do have to keep on top of your health. And in this day and age, we have so much help. We've got supplements that do work, and the most important thing is getting a supplement that's quality.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like everything in life. There's a lot of cars, there's a lot of clothes,
There's a lot of shoes.
A lot of shoes.
Not enough shoes.
But not enough.
Are you kidding me?
But you need quality in everything you do.
Yeah.
And that's why with Healthy Care, I love it. I take glucosamine. A lot of anti-inflammatories because, as you age, you definitely get a bit creakier. And I love my golf, so with turmeric as well. The one I've been taking in the last several months, which I'm now in love with, is the collagen. There's tablets and there's powder, and that's all the antioxidants. It's
And
fabulous.
it's great for your skin and your hair and your nails.
Oh, that's what I'm going there for. yeah.
Oh,
and
you look
also
amazing.
longevity, because we know the reality is we rust from the inside out. If you're talking health rather than beauty, and I'm absolutely into whatever helps. I'd stick my face in a vat if it
It's coming up next.
But it's internal. So the internal collagen that you take, I've found really fantastic nails here. It does work.
Now, we obviously are impressed by the dress today. Christmas dressing. We do like to dress up. I saw this on your Instagram.
Oh, which one?
This one here.
Oh, yes.
Are we going to wear these hats on Christmas, or do you have a different outfit?
I'll have a different outfit. I may drag out the hat. Digger, my dog, certainly liked his little bow. And poor John didn't have a choice because he can't take it off.
He's happy with it. Look at him.
I'm sorry, I can do wicked jokes. It's all right, I'm married to him. You've got to have a sense of humour. If you don't. So he didn't get a choice.
And
either the digger, but at least he could shake himself. But no, I love a good Christmas patio dress. One that you can grow into all day.
Oh, yeah, I call it my Eton dress.
Yep.
And it's lovely, wide thing that no one knows that you've had 3 goes at the turkey.
Absolutely.
A bit of Velcro on the seams just to let it on out.
It's all right.
We would wish you a festive season, but we know it will be no matter what because you are festive year-round. Lovely to see you here with
Well,
us.
thank you very much for inviting me along, and let's not be strangers.
Okay. Deal. Merry Christmas to you. Stay with us. We've got more to come after the break here on the House of Wellness. Oh, gosh, we're excited and overcome with Christmas joy, are we not? What's it going to look like for Foxy, your little 10-month-old? It's first Christmas.
So exciting. So I don't know if you know, but I am the Christmassiest person in the world.
We know it.
And you do?
Oh, we know.
And he's got. So night before, we're all in matching pajamas.
Oh, don't.
That's so cute. I love it. And Benji generally wakes just me up before the baby was born, dressed as a character. So last year it was an elf, and the year before it was Santa.
And with the dogs too.
And the dogs both dress up. So I'm not sure what he's going to do this year, but we're very, very enthusiastic.
That's so awesome. I love that. Look, for us, I've already mentioned my Eton dress.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get one.
From the start of the day to the end of the day, it's non-stop eating. And I like to get a big ham leg, right? And by about, the day after Boxing Day, I'm like, can I eat any more ham? Yes, I can.
Just give it a good go.
I'm going to hack that off.
Is it a healthy Christmas at your house?
It's always healthy, but what I'm most excited about is it's a little bit different this year. All my family is going to be together. So my dad and his wife, my mum and her partner as well, and all the kids. Because what we've done is put our differences aside as we should on Christmas.
Wow.
And we're doing it for the kids.
You're taking Ali Walker's tips.
Thank you, my family.
That is really beautiful and amazing thing to do.
I'm excited. It's either going to do really well or it's going to fizzle out. So who knows? Fingers crossed.
How are you going to risk it this year, Bianca?
Well, we have lots of food, lots of family around Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but the one thing, our little tradition is get up in the morning and do some exercise first. Just even go for a walk. I know it sounds
have
boring.
children yet. You don't get to do that.
But we take my niece out there, we go down to the beach, do a bit of exercise.
Nice.
Oh, you really make me feel embarrassed in my Eton dress now.
I couldn't think of anything more difficult than getting up on Christmas morning and just saying, righto, we're off for a walk.
Oh, you should try it. Get the Quigleys out.
No. Look, I think having family, as we all agree, having everybody together, or at least you can just sit down, enjoy one another's company and look forward to next year coming.
What about you, Ed?
Grandfather Christmas. Well, we have a fun little gingerbread house that sits on the table for about 3 weeks leading up to Christmas, and the kids get a hammer each and they can smash that thing after we finish Christmas lights.
How cool.
And then we vacuum for about 3 weeks. Thanks, you guys. It's been a wonderful 2018 with you. Thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to all our friends at Chemist Warehouse as well. We hope you have a happy and healthy Christmas. Santa's coming. See you next year.
Merry Christmas!